This is WLRN Miami Herald News. I'm Phil Latzman. This weekend in downtown Miami, the congregation Temple Israel is hosting a concert of Yiddish folk music. Well, nothing unusual there, except that the singer is black and grew up going to church. Ariana Prothero brings us the story of how a Blind Date, the opera, and a Coen Brothers movie turned a guy named Anthony Russell into Anthony Mordecai Zvi Russell.
One of the first things you notice about Anthony Russell is his deep, melodic voice. But the voice that got him a start in the opera business was also boxing him in.
There's a limited profile as to what the bass does. The bass is usually the soprano's father. The bass is a villain. The bass is a king. And I think in the opera, it was very difficult for me to find anything that I could relate to.
Russell's dad was a military man, his mom a concert pianist. He was raised Baptist in San Francisco, then later Pentecostal. Russell then went on to get his music degree from a small Catholic college.
Most of my teachers were nuns.
Faith and music were huge parts of Russell's childhood. He remembers listening to a tape of Handel's Messiah over and over.
I listened to it so many times, like the pitch went down. It was worn out.
But it wasn't until he was an adult that Russell bumped into Judaism.
It just so happened I ended up on, of all things, a blind date with a rabbi.
They fell in love, and Russell converted. Right after the ceremony, he sent a text message to his mom saying,
"Your son is now a Jew," and she said, "I'm very proud of you, and I hope they treat my baby well."
But it would still be a little while before Russell took on Yiddish folk music. His opera career was going pretty well. He had recently debuted with the San Francisco Opera in Philip Glass's Appomattox. But once he moved to New York City, Russell had trouble landing a good gig.
And I was trying to think when the last time was that I felt like I had a meaningful relationship with the act of singing.
That fall, Russell had sung during a high holiday service in Woodstock, New York.
When it was done, I kind of like opened my eyes, and there was a tent full of people, and they were just kind of staring at me. And then I could hear, just like ever so quietly in the background, I could hear like somebody sobbing. And I thought, you know what, that is a time where I had a really meaningful relationship with singing.
So Russell went looking around for more Jewish music that spoke to him. He remembered a song that had struck a chord with him from the movie A Serious Man by the Coen Brothers. That voice belonged to a man named Sidor Bolarski, who had published a book of Yiddish art songs.
With Yiddish music, I was able to find these perfect, short narratives from the lives of all different kinds of people. And in that way, I was able to become more myself, both as a person and as a singer, through this music than I did with the music that I sang in the opera.
Now, Anthony Mordecai Zvi Russell travels the country performing those songs. On Sunday, he'll be in downtown Miami singing at Temple Israel. I'm Ariana Prothero in Miami.
For more info on the concert, you can visit our website, WLRN.org.